For the C major scale, we notice that the key signature is absent, so that means that there are no sharps or flats to worry about in the key signature, and when we see a blank one, we know that that means that it's C major. So starting on C, going up one octave to the next C, and going up another octave to the high C, that's 2 octaves, that's the general range for the C major scale. And the arpeggio, once again 3 notes, so C, E, and G for C major, and those go up, once again, same 2 octaves as the scale. And that is the C major scale and arpeggio. Alright, for G major we have 1 sharp in the key signature, and that sharp is F. The way that I like to remember what the first sharp is they both start with F. First starts with F, and F sharp is the first sharp, so there's a little trick for that. And with the sharp key signatures, there's a way to tell what the name of the scale is based on the sharps. And that trick is that you look at the last sharp that's in the key signature, so in this case it's an F sharp, and you go up 1/2 step from it. So if you start on an F sharp, go up a 1/2 step, you get to G, and that's the name of the scale. So you've got F sharps, that's our first finger in the lower octave, and then in the second octave, it's our middle finger here, and those are our F sharps. We start on G and end on G, and that's all we need to know to play the G major scale. For the arpeggio, we have 3 notes again, G, B, and D. And that is the G major scale and arpeggio. For F major, there is 1 flat in the key signature, and just like for sharp keys, there's a trick to find the name of the scale based on the key signature for flat keys as well. Unfortunately for F major, this trick doesn't quite work. You just have to remember that the first flat is F major, and that kind of goes back to the first sharp is F sharp. The first flat key is F major and has Fs that kind of go through that, so that kind of helps me remember that the first, if you got 1 flat, the first flat, that's your F major scale. So we have a B flat in the key signature, that's our first flat, and for the F major scale, we want to start with F on the right hand side, and that's because all of the motion is in our right hand, so we just want to keep it right there. So we got a low B flat here, first finger, then we got the second B flat up here with our A key and our register key in the back. So here is the F major scale. Alright, and for the arpeggio, we have 3 notes. We have F, A, and C. And that is the F major scale and arpeggio. For D major, we have 2 sharps in the key signature. They are F sharp and C sharp. And for knowing the name of the scale based on those, we can remember that for sharp keys, we can go to the last sharp, which is the C sharp, go up a half step from that, C sharp to D, and that is the name of our scale. So for F sharp, we want to play that with our first finger here, and then for C sharp, we want to play C sharp on the right. So we want to play this C sharp here with this key, and then we're going to play B on the left right before it, so we don't have to flip it all. So we're going B, C sharp, D, C sharp, B, A, down like that. And here is the scale. And for the arpeggio, once again, we have 3 notes. This time we have a sharp in them. We have D, F sharp, and then A. And that is the D major scale and arpeggio. All right, for the B flat major scale, we have 2 flats in the key signature, and once we have 2 flats, that's when we can start using the trick to find out the name of the scale based on those flats. So with flat keys, the trick to finding the name of the scale, you go to the second to last flat, and that's the name of the scale. So when we have 2, we have B flat and E flat. Those are our 2 flats. We go to the second to last one, so E flat was our last one. Go to B flat, and B flat major is the name of the scale, so it's pretty easy. So for B flat, we want to start on this B flat here, which is our first finger. Then we have an E flat, which is the D key, and then our side key right here. And then we want to go up. The next B flat we got here is B flat like that. Then we got E flat. The next E flat is right here. Everything down, and then this top key. And the top B flat is the same as that low E flat, except with the register key as well. So B flat major. And the arpeggio, the 3 notes we have is B flat, D, and F. And that is the B flat major scale and arpeggio. Alright, for A major, we have 3 sharps in the key signature. We have F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. So if we recall, to find the name of the scale based on those sharps, we go to the last sharp, so G sharp, go up a half step to A, and that's the name of our scale. So we have F sharp here in the first octave, and then we have it in the second octave right there with our middle finger. For C sharp, we have this guy. This is our C sharp here in the lower octave, and then this is going to be our C sharp in the upper octave. And then for G sharp, we have to use this one. This is G sharp in the lower octave right here, and then in the upper octave, it is this guy. So the same one as the C sharp in the lower octave. So knowing that we have those sharps and it starts on A and ends on A, here is the scale. In the arpeggio, we have 3 notes again, A, C sharp, and E. And that is the A major scale and arpeggio. The E flat major scale has 3 flats in the key signature, B flat, E flat, and A flat. And going for that trick to find the name of the scale based on the key signature, we have 3 flats. We go to the second to last one, B flat, E flat, A flat. So we go to the second to last one is E flat. That's the name of our scale, second to last one. So first of all, we start off with that E flat, which is just like this, like so, E flat. And then our top E flat is this guy, everything down, and the top key. And then we have B flat, which is our normal A key and the register key in the back. We don't have to worry about anything else like that. And then we have A flat, so that's this key right here on the side. That's our one A flat that we have. So we got B flat, E flat, and A flat. Starts on E flat, goes up to an E flat, and that's our scale. We're just going to go 1 octave here. And the arpeggio, 3 notes, E flat, G, and B flat. And that is the E flat major scale and arpeggio. All right, for E major, we have 4 sharps in the key signature. We have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. So recalling the trick to finding the name of the scale based on sharp keys, we go to the last sharp, which is D sharp, go up a half step to E, and there we are at the name of the scale. So from the beginning, we're going to play E on the right here with this one. Then we're going to go to F sharp here on the left with this key. And then our upper octave is going to have F sharp with our first finger again. For C sharp, we're going to play it like this with this key here. And then in the upper octaves, we're going to want to make sure that our C sharp is on the left. And that is because we have the D sharp, which can only be played on the right hand side here. And this is our D sharp there, or the same as enharmonic to E flat. And in the lower octave, here it is again, D sharp or E flat. So knowing the key signature and knowing that it starts on E and ends on E, here is E major. And the arpeggio, 3 notes, E, G sharp, and B. And I like to start, since we have to play G sharp, which is this key here, we want to make sure that for the arpeggio, we start with E on the left. And that is the E major scale and arpeggio. All right, for A flat major, we have 4 flats in the key signature. We have B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. So to know the name of the key based on the key signature, we go to the second to last flat. So we got B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. A flat's our second to last one. A flat is the name of the key. So we've got B flats here. We got in the lower octave, we got this guy right there with our first finger. And in the second octave, we have the thumb and first finger B flat. Then for our E flats, we've got this guy right here, the D fingering with the bottom side key. And then the top, we have the E flat on the right here. For A flats, our first starting note, we start same fingering as that E flat, just without the register key. We have A flat down there, this top key. And then we have the top A flat right there, or the middle A flat, I'm sorry, right there. And then our top A flat is this guy right here. With the side key right there. And then for D flat, which is enharmonic to, or the same note as C sharp, our first one right here, same as that top A flat. And then we want to play C sharp or D flat on the left hand side right here because we have to play E flat on the right. So we have to use this key right there for the C sharp or the D flat. So here is the A flat, excuse me, A flat major scale. the arpeggio. For the arpeggio, we have A flat, C, and E flat. And since we have the E flat in there, we want to make sure that we're playing the C on the left side here, so we don't have to slide at all. So C on the left is this backmost one right there. So A flat, C, and E flat. And that is the A flat major scale and arpeggio.